Rafael Caro Quintero is a notorious Mexican drug lord who co-founded the Guadalajara Cartel, one of the first major Mexican drug trafficking organizations. Here's a summary of his story. Early life. Rafael Caro Quintero was born on October 24, 1952, in La Noria, Badiraguado, Sinaloa, Mexico. He grew up in a poor family and started working in agriculture from a young age. Eventually, he became involved in the drug trade, initially focusing on marijuana cultivation and trafficking. Rise to power. In the late 1970s, Caro Quintero, along with Miguel Félix Gallardo and Ernesto Fonseca Carrillo, founded the Guadalajara Cartel. The cartel quickly became one of the most powerful drug trafficking organizations in Mexico, controlling the production and distribution of marijuana and heroin. They later expanded into cocaine trafficking, establishing connections with Colombian cartels. Kidnapping and murder of Enrique Kiki Camarena. Caro Quintero is perhaps best known for his involvement in the kidnapping, torture, and murder of U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, agent Enrique Kiki Camarena in 1985. Camarena's undercover work had led to significant drug busts and the destruction of a massive marijuana plantation owned by the cartel. In retaliation, Caro Quintero and other cartel leaders ordered his abduction. Camarena was tortured for over 30 hours before being killed. His death led to a massive manhunt and increased cooperation between U.S. and Mexican authorities. The incident also brought significant attention to the operations of the Guadalajara Cartel. Arrest and imprisonment. In 1985, Caro Quintero was arrested in Costa Rica and extradited to Mexico. He was convicted of multiple crimes, including the murder of Camarena, and sentenced to 40 years in prison. While in prison, he continued to exert influence over drug trafficking operations. Release and subsequent activities. In 2013, Caro Quintero was released from prison on a technicality after serving 28 years. A court ruled that he had been improperly tried in a federal court for state-level crimes. However, this decision was later overturned, and Mexican authorities issued a new arrest warrant for him. Despite this, Caro Quintero went into hiding and remained at large for several years. Recent developments. Rafael Caro Quintero was recaptured by Mexican authorities on July 15, 2022, after years of evading capture. His arrest was seen as a significant victory in the fight against drug trafficking in Mexico. He is now facing extradition to the United States to stand trial for his role in Camarena's murder and other charges. Caro Quintero's story is a reflection of the complexities and challenges of combating drug trafficking and organized crime in Mexico. His life and actions have had a lasting impact on the country's criminal landscape and its relationship with the United States. Current situation and ongoing impact. Following his recapture in 2022, Rafael Caro Quintero's extradition to the United States became a focal point for both Mexican and U.S. authorities. The U.S. has long sought his extradition to face charges related to the murder of DEA agent Enrique Camarena and other drug trafficking offenses. Extradition process. The extradition process has been complex, involving legal and diplomatic negotiations. Caro Quintero's defense team has argued against extradition, citing various legal and humanitarian reasons. However, both the Mexican and U.S. governments have shown a strong commitment to ensuring he faces justice in the United States. Impact on the Guadalajara Cartel and Mexican drug trade. Caro Quintero's recapture and the ongoing efforts to extradite him have had significant implications for the Guadalajara Cartel and the broader Mexican drug trade. While the cartel he co-founded no longer exists in its original form, its legacy continues through splinter groups and successor organizations. The vacuum left by the Guadalajara Cartel's decline contributed to the rise of other powerful cartels, such as the Sinaloa Cartel and the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG. Broader implications for drug enforcement. The case of Rafael Caro Quintero highlights several broader issues in the fight against drug trafficking and organized crime. International cooperation. The collaboration between Mexican and U.S. authorities has been crucial in pursuing justice for crimes like the murder of Enrique Camarena. This cooperation continues to be vital in tackling transnational drug trafficking networks. Legal and judicial challenges. The complexities of extradition and the legal maneuvers used by high-profile criminals illustrate the challenges in prosecuting drug lords. Ensuring that justice is served often requires navigating intricate legal systems and overcoming bureaucratic hurdles. Impact on drug policy. High-profile cases like Caro Quintero's have influenced drug policy and enforcement strategies in both Mexico and the United States. There has been increased focus on targeting the financial networks and logistical operations of drug cartels, in addition to arresting key figures. Ongoing violence. Despite the capture of notable drug lords, drug-related violence and corruption remain significant issues in Mexico. Cartels continue to engage in violent turf wars, and their influence often extends into political and law enforcement institutions. Legacy. Rafael Caro Quintero's story serves as a stark reminder of the pervasive and enduring nature of the drug trade in Mexico. His rise, fall, and eventual recapture underscore the ongoing struggle to combat powerful criminal organizations that have deep roots in society and politics. While his eventual extradition and trial may bring some measure of justice, the broader battle against drug trafficking and its associated violence and corruption continues.